Last time on MasterChef Canada, back to win.
We've got orders coming in now.
The top 10 competed in a food delivery team challenge.
We need somebody expediting on that or we're gonna get lost. We are basically cooking blind.
But as the orders rolled out, the ratings came in.
That means blue team, you will have to compete in next week's pressure test.
Tonight,
please welcome
a masterclass from an extra special guest sets the stage for an epic battle.
I gotta fight really hard. This is gonna be a tough one.
Oh, man.
God, this is so tight.
Oh, stop the clock!
What happened?
With a few surprises along the way.
This is like, what?
Going into the next pressure test, you have to be ready for anything to be thrown your way. I'm pushing myself to limits that I've never pushed myself before, and I just know I have to try and get up on that balcony.
We won the team challenge, and I'm so proud of my team. Everybody played an important role.
Welcome back to the MasterChef Canada kitchen.
Red team, you won the team challenge.
Good job, guys.
Normally, that would mean that you get a fast pass to the gallery, but this season, that won't be the case. At least, not for all of you.
Tonight, one member of the winning team will also compete in the pressure test.
What?
And Jeremy, as captain of the winning team, it's up to you to decide who it's gonna be.
Oh my God.
That sucks.
This is devastating. I don't want to leave any of my team behind. We all did so well. That's the last thing I want to do.
Taya, what would you do if you were in his shoes?
That's a tough call, Chef. I mean, we all did really well in the challenge. Perhaps pick who struggled the most. I'm not sure. Please don't pick me, please. Please, please, please.
Christopher,
I think all of us cooks are back to win this time. So if it were me, I'd send the person I thought was the strongest on my team into the pressure test.
Absolutely. Smart. Marissa,
At this point in the game, it comes down to strategy. If you want to see the best go in and prove themselves.
Andy,
I think Jeremy is a very strong competitor, so I see there is a world where Jeremy does put himself in there to prove that he is the best in the competition.
all right, Jeremy, it's time for you to make a very tough decision. You could choose the weakest link or your biggest threat. Or you could take Andy's advice and just choose yourself.
Oh, man.
So, who's it gonna be?
Obviously, I'm back to win. I'm not going to put myself in the line of fire. I have 2 runner-ups on my team. So I'm going to take the kill shot and send Andy in there.
Obviously, I'm a threat to Jeremy. I hope you don't miss.
That was tough.
Blue team and Andy, come get your black aprons.
now it's time for the 6 of you to get your game face on. You're about to face a pressure test that will challenge you with not 1, but 2 rounds. For your first round, you'll be tackling something that is very close to my heart. And to help, we've invited somebody who is also very close to my heart. Please welcome my son, Chef Oscar Bonaccini.
Hi, everyone. Chef Oscar Bonaccini. This is so cool. As a dad, I can only imagine how proud Chef Michael is to bring his son out onto the stage and just see what MasterChef Canada is all about.
It's not just take your son to work day. Oscar is here to demonstrate the challenge that for Italians is all about family. Fresh pasta making.
Yes.
Some of my happiest memories come from making pasta with my dad and spending time in the kitchen together. It's probably the reason that I started to follow in his footsteps.
As part of Oscar's culinary career, he spent 4 months in a small town in the heart of Emilia-Romagna, a region in the north known as the food capital of Italy, and also where the Bonaccini family has its roots.
I was there to train at a renowned restaurant called Trattoria del Cacciatore, where a chef named Marta taught me everything that she knows about making fresh pasta. And if you've spent any time with an Italian nonna, you'll know that I have never worked so hard in my life.
So Oscar is well qualified to demonstrate the Bonaccini way to make and shape fresh pasta.
All All right, guys, today you're gonna be working with a semolina-based dough. This dough is made with only 2 ingredients, water and durum wheat semolina flour. The key to working with a dough like this is having the hydration at a certain point where it's not too wet that it sticks to your table, but also not too dry so it slides around when you're trying to make it. The first shape I'm gonna show you is capunti. It's from Puglia. Take it down to a small rope, and I like to cut pieces that are about the width of my index finger. Then, applying light pressure, just like this, and then with your 3 fingers, you're gonna make dimples, just like that. These 3 dimples in here are gonna catch all the sauce when you go to cook your pasta.
Chef Oscar is very impressive. Every move has a purpose.
Oscar's making it look super easy, but I know he's had years of practice, so this is going to be a difficult challenge.
The second shape I'm gonna show you is called lorguitas. I make my rope just like before, and then I take one end of the dough and roll that out much thinner than the other side. With the thin end, wrap it around your 3 fingers, and you're gonna do that twice. Pinch it off and seal it at the top. And then you're gonna gently twirl the bottom of the pasta to create these beautiful braids in the lorguitas. Tuck in the part where you've sealed the pasta together, and there you have one beautiful lorguitas.
In my house, pasta is in a plastic wrap. I barely eat it. We buy it from the supermarket. That's why I'm like really soaking up this demo.
The final shape that we're gonna be doing comes from Liguria. It's called trofie. This has a beautiful shape, and it's quite tricky to get. Gently roll these out. And with your bench scraper, you're gonna gently, at a 45-degree angle, drag across the dough to create the signature curl. This is what I wanna see from you guys. Beautifully, freshly made, hand-rolled pasta. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was amazing.
Oscar just transported you to Italy with his pasta-making skills. Now we expect you to match him.
Or at least do it better than one of your competitors. Because the first round, it's a head-to-head challenge. Whoa.
Each pair will be tasked with making and shaping a different pasta noodle and serving it to us in a traditional sauce.
The winners will earn a place in the gallery. The losers will cook again with elimination on the line.
Andy, you missed out being up in the gallery with the rest of your team. So we'll let you choose the dueling pairs, including the person who'll go head-to-head with you.
Okay. I don't want my future to be in Andy's hands. I don't want my future to be in anybody's hands right now.
The first pairing will be making the capunti, which they will serve with a tomato sauce. Andy, which pair will be making it?
Capunti. The pair that will be making this is myself.
I am going to have to choose someone I can take down in this challenge. I'm here, one reason, I want to win this.
Andy moves so fast in the kitchen. He's certainly someone I don't want to be facing off against.
The pair that will be making this is myself, and I'll invite Barry to join me as well.
Barry's gonna be a tough competitor. He's a great cook, but I've seen him cook in a couple pressure tests and he gets a little bit frazzled. So I think I can take Barry down in this challenge, but it's not gonna be easy.
Little insulted, but I'm not scared to cook against anybody. Bring it on, brother.
Who are you going to choose to make the lorguitas in the butter and herb sauce?
For the lorguitas, I'm going to choose May and Andre.
May and Andre, they're both absolutely major threats in this competition. I would love to see one of them bumped out.
That means Jen and Andrew will be tackling the trofie along with the pesto sauce. You can all go to your stations now.
We provided you with the highest quality, German-made Miele appliances. And you will have 25 minutes to make, shape, and cook your pasta.
Wow. Are you ready to duel?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, your time starts now!
Come on, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go. You got this.
For me, this is such an exciting challenge because we've never actually made a pasta that is hand-shaped with this degree of difficulty.
Oh, come on.
There's only 2 ingredients, flour and water. I think this is very much a technique-driven challenge.
To me, the most important part of the dough, I think, is having that hydration level at that proper point where it's gonna give you the drag on the board, it's not gonna stick anywhere, and you're gonna be able to achieve great texture and a great look to the pasta.
There you go. The 25 minutes is a little worrisome, but I'm just gonna put every ounce of effort I got into pulling this off. We gotta do what we gotta do.
My strategy to beat Barry here is work fast and really start pushing my flavor with my basil and tomato sauce.
I see Andy as one of the front runners, but it doesn't scare me to cook against him. The first 20 shifts I ever worked in a restaurant, my job was to hand roll the pasta. So I know what I'm doing.
Barry, unfortunately, I'm gonna beat you today.
Old age and treachery, man. Always watch out for it.
You know, the lorigitas in the butter and herb sauce, they are a much more delicate noodle than the kumpunti. They require that delicate little twist to it, and consistency and size is super important.
Oh man, May is fast. That's how you can tell she's a dough master.
I'm gonna beat Andre because you know what? I work with dough for a living. I know the feel of dough, so I think that's why I have the advantage here. I own a dumpling business. I work with dough all the time, so there's just so much pressure to win. I am laser focused, and I'm just gonna do it.
May looks confident, and
Andre
doesn't look confident.
I have zero experience with Italian food, and I only have 25 minutes, so this is gonna be like the worst pressure test ever. Yeah, I'm freaking out. I gotta fight really hard. This is gonna be a tough one.
These are rustic pastas, so they have a bit of a rustic feel, but there's still a consistency that you want to see between each of those noodles.
Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
Oscar, which of the three do you think is the hardest to shape?
For me, I would say trofie is quite challenging, simply because it takes a very delicate touch with your bench scraper. If you press too hard, it's gonna go right through it, and you can come up with some very odd-looking trofie.
I've decided I'm going all Nona style on the trophy. I'm gonna work with my hands because I know Andrew's gonna use the bench scraper, so I wanna try and get just a little bit above him. Best tools you got. They do all the things.
Andrew only knows one gear, and it's 6th gear, so he's flying.
Speed is the challenge. Every task I can get done quickly is just one step faster. If you're being chased by a bear, you only have to outrun the person you're running with.
10 minutes! You only have 10 more minutes left.
This is not easy. 25 minutes it's quick.
So as we all know, when you make fresh pasta, the most important thing is having the appropriate sauce.
There should just be enough sauce in it to coat the noodles, no more, no less.
Oh, Jen's got the mortar and pestle.
Yes. For my pesto sauce, I want to break my basil in a mortar and pestle because I know sticking it in a blender bruises it really bad, so then it oxidizes.
It's gonna take so much
It's taking her so much longer. It's not efficient.
Whew. Andy's making a lot of mistakes right now with the sauce. You see what he's doing? He's got way too much garlic. He's grating the cheese into the sauce while it's boiling. You should never do that with pasta. No. Cheese always goes on last.
5 minutes! You only got 5 more minutes left! I want to see the pasta in the pot soon, or you're gonna be in hot water!
It's not boiling.
Oh my God.
Jen, get your pasta in there.
Get your pasta in the water, Jen.
Still not boiling, man. I didn't put my pot on the stove soon enough, and the water is not boiling.
Oh man, his water's not boiled.
Come on, man. I cannot go to the second round because my pasta wasn't cooked. That is such a rookie mistake.
Oh God, this is so tight. I can't watch this.
You can't do anything.
I have to take some water out of it so it can get a shallow boil, but I don't know if I have enough time to cook it. Man, the pot's not boiling, but I have to throw this pasta in because I'm running out of time. And serving raw pasta is an instant loss.
Oh, Andre doesn't have enough time. He has to put his pasta in.
Yeah, he has no choice.
2 minutes! Only 2 more minutes left! Come on!
Let's go, guys! Let's go! Only a few more seconds. Finish it off! Finish it off! Oh, this is stressful.
Boom. 15 seconds! Get ready for the countdown!
Keep going, Jen. Keep going, Jen.
I think they're cooked.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up! Well done, guys.
That was nuts.
Before we start tasting, we just want to thank Oscar for today. Oscar, I think your dad may have met his future replacement here with you. Great job.
Thank you. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you.
Andrew and Jen, time to see if you can impress the demon chef with your tortilla and a pesto sauce.
I'm feeling very disappointed. Andrew's plate looks beautiful, and I don't even have a full serving of pasta done, and it's just a mess.
Okay. Are you happy with this, Andrew?
I'm quite happy, yes.
Jen?
I thought my, time just got away from me. I went with a more classic version of hand rolling it. I just know I wanted to do better.
Don't despair, all right? Let's go look at the shape. Andrew, it's all over the place. It's supposed to resemble a spiral.
Okay.
But it's not consistent. Now, to finish this, again, I see a distinct difference. The color variation, you notice right away. Okay, this has kind of like a brownish tint to it. And this is like it's fresh green. You know, I love that bite on that pasta. And it's well cooked. You got the texture, which I enjoy. Sauce-wise, you added probably a bit too much of the pine nut and the cheese.
Okay.
Because it makes the sauce very, very heavy.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
But good effort.
Thank you, chef.
Jan, the pasta, it's a little bit more consistent, but it may be a problem with size. Now, to finish this, the pasta, it's a little bit hard.
Okay.
It's not bouncy. Using your hand instead of a scraper when you're rolling it, you probably over-rolled it a bit. But your sauce is beautiful. I get the freshness. And you got the acidity in there as well. I would say it's a fine effort.
Thank you.
Overall, I would say the winner is Andrew. Andrew, head to the gallery.
Thank you, chef.
Andre and May, please bring your dishes up. Andre and May, you both made lorigitas with an herb butter sauce. The noodles here, Andre, are very close to what Oscar showed you. How long did you cook your pasta?
Maybe a minute and 20 seconds. The water wasn't boiling. I had to put something on the plate.
I can tell the center of that noodle is raw. Always add your pasta to water that's rumbling. You did shine, though, with your flavors here. The flavors are big, bold, and confident. Delicious. The noodles here, May, look beautiful. They're very generous, they're very plump. And your sauce looks like you really emulsified it. It's a lot more generous. This pasta is cooked perfectly. However, your flavors are a little bit muted. They're not as electric as what we've come to expect from you. Flavor-wise, I would pick you, Andre. Technique, May, I would go with you. The winner of the second showdown is... May. May, head up to the gallery.
Thank you, Chef.
Okay, Barry and Andy, please bring up your capunti with tomato sauce. Barry, I have to ask you, how do you feel about Andy picking you as the one to go head-to-head with in this duel?
Obviously, he felt I'm going to be the easiest one to beat, and I hope he pays for that.
So let's start off by looking at Barry's uncooked capunti. I am quite impressed with the way they look. Nicely done.
Thank you, Chef.
Your cooked pasta. What I do like is that vibrant, fresh tomato sauce. It is inviting. Sauce has a nice freshness to it. And the taste and the texture is really on point. Well done.
Thank you, Chef.
Andy, your uncooked capunti. Size variance within reasonable boundaries. Your cooked pasta. Your sauce is a little darker and deeper in color. Why do you think that is?
I went heavy with the basil.
The cook on the pasta, spot on.
Yes.
And you were happy with the flavors of the sauce?
I was happy with it.
Interesting. This is not going to be an easy decision, but the best capunti goes to Barry. The sauce gave you the edge. Andy, the sauce was not quite as fresh as I would have liked. Barry, well done.
Thank you, Chef. There is no greater feeling in this kitchen than walking up instead of out. That's the best dish I've ever cooked in this kitchen.
I'm a very competitive person, so to lose this challenge in that way was a slap in my face. I was on Team Red. They're all sitting up on the balcony relaxing, and I'm down here sweating bullets.
You just showed off your skills making pasta. But in Italy, pasta isn't a meal in itself. It's just the first course, the primi piatti. For your next challenge, you'll be making the secondi, the second and main course.
But first, we have a treat for you.
Fancy.
Okay, a cocktail.
It's customary to have a palate cleanser at this stage of an Italian dinner. So we prepared for you a scropino, a combination of lemon sorbet, prosecco, and vodka. Come on up and help yourself. There are advantages to being down here. Salute.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Now, there are countless options for mouth-watering secondi, but there are also a number of beloved classics. We have prepared 3 of them to show you today. Eggplant parmigiana. Breaded eggplant with rich layers of mozzarella, parmesan, and tomato sauce. Veal saltimbocca, a sumptuous dish of sautéed veal cutlets layered with prosciutto and sage in a masala wine sauce. And chicken cacciatore, a rustic hunter's stew made with chicken, tomatoes, and vegetables.
Tonight, you will have to cook one of these secondi, but this is not a replication challenge.
We want these rustic Italian dishes to inspire your own fresh interpretations.
Okay.
To find out which dish will be your new creation, look to the bottom of your coaster.
I knew it.
Jen, what did the bottom of your coaster say?
I got the veal.
Andre.
It's gonna be chicken.
And that means, Andy, you'll be cooking
Eggplant.
All right, please return to your stations now.
Okay. Oh my.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
I am going into round 2 with Andy and Andre. They both got up to 2nd place in their seasons, so I'm really feeling the pressure.
I'm totally exhausted in season 5. I spent a lot of time on the balcony watching these situations. This time, I'm in the lion's den, and it's time to fight.
In the pantry, you'll find all the ingredients you might need to inspire your reimagined classic secondi.
You have 60 minutes to complete this challenge. And whichever cook has the weakest secondi will be going home tonight. Your time starts now.
Chicken, I use these chicken legs here. I basically have to take a chicken stew and turn it into a piece of art. So I think the most important key would be to change the textures a bit. And I want to modernize it
Get some eggplant here. Those are gonna be crucial. There's no time to prepare and think through exactly what this concept's going to look like. Oh, time. This is just going to have to happen from within.
Hey, Sage, I'm nervous, but I want my kids to see their mommy just be so brave. Got some rabbit. So I have to push myself to stay in this competition. Oh my goodness. Let's go,
So the idea of a secondi in an Italian meal does represent the main course, and it is typically served just on its own.
Yeah, I can do this. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it all the way home. Not home, but like to the top. I'm gonna win.
I really love a classic Italian seconte, but that's not what we're after. We're after reimagination.
I'm doing this to stay in the game, you know? Like, I gotta beat these guys, so.
Andre, how's it going?
It's going okay.
Yeah, you're in the zone, I can see.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be very precise and very clean.
How are you going to reimagine one of the most popular dishes in Italy?
I'm basically gonna make a fried chicken cacciatore. And I have a nice, beautiful sauce with some rendered pork, and I'm gonna dress it with some grilled asparagus.
A fried chicken cacciatore?
Yes, with potato starch, so it's nice and crispy.
How else are you going to elevate? Because fried chicken, I don't think is just gonna cut it here.
I'm gonna, you know what, chef? I gotta change up a little bit what I'm doing. I think it's a little too simple.
Follow your gut. It's never served you wrong, right?
Never.
All right, push yourself.
Thank you, chef. I can't just throw a chicken leg on this plate. I have to show some technique and I have to show some flair. I'm just like, okay, I gotta figure out how to incorporate layers and more colors and really treat this plate like a canvas. I'm gonna do some chicken lollipops here.
Chicken lollipops. That's how you elevated.
Jen, were you happy to get the veal?
Yes and no.
What are you gonna do?
Instead of veal, I'm gonna do rabbit, a loin, and a leg. I'm gonna do a red wine pan gravy. Also gonna do a sage and prosciutto infused crumble.
Why rabbit? You like rabbit?
To be honest, I've never cooked or eaten it before, but I figure it's worth the journey. Can't be too much different than any other protein.
But why not veal then?
I wanted to switch it up. I didn't want to go basic with it.
Okay, well, that's definitely reimagining it, using rabbit instead of veal. Be careful of rabbit because they can be very, very tough. But I like the ambition.
Thank you, chef. I have zero experience cooking rabbit. I saw it at culinary school, and I feel like rabbit is an elevating food. So let's cook some rabbit.
What do you got working there, Andy?
Almost like a baba ganoush, like an Italian-style baba ganoush.
Nice.
There we go, there we go.
It's kind of cool.
Hi there, Andy.
Chef, how we doing?
You are reinventing the eggplant parmigiana. How'd you feel about that?
I cook with a lot of vegetables at home, so I am feeling pretty comfortable that I'll be able to pull something up.
Take me through your ideas and what you're doing.
I love Middle Eastern food, so I'm kind of drawing from that. As soon as I see eggplant, I think baba ganoush. And then on top of that, we're gonna have some crispy eggplants, confit tomatoes, lemon ricotta, and then a Parmesan tuile that I'm gonna put on the top as well.
There are two other cooks in this kitchen going up against you.
Yeah.
Who out of those two do you think is going to be your greatest challenge?
Both. I was in season 5 with Jen, and her growth is amazing. I'm very intimidated. Andre, he's a runner-up as well. He's incredible with flavors, so that scares me because he's major competition.
The bar is up here, and you've all got to get over it.
That's exactly it.
Good luck. I look forward to trying it. Thank you, Andy.
For me to go deep in this competition, I am going to have to prove to every single person up on the balcony that not only did I finish second in season 5, I'm here to win this.
Keep it up, Andy.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
Okay.
30 minutes! You only have 30 minutes left.
The time is just flying by.
Okay. It's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
Oh, stop the clock!
What happened?
We know you're hard at work on your second course. But come on, guys. Who's ever heard of an Italian meal with only 2 courses?
Oh, please don't do it. Don't do it.
That's why we're adding one more, a contorno.
Oh my God.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Oh, God. It's just like, what? I have no clue what to do with this.
Contorno is a vegetable or salad side dish. You can make anything you want, but it has to pair well with your secondi.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Okay, let's do it.
Your time starts now.
You really gotta hustle.
Oh, let's go take a look.
In only 30 minutes left, they now have 2 dishes. One they have to start from scratch, and the other one they need to get finished all on time.
Oh my good God.
When you get a curveball, you are in a crisis. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate things. Just stay calm.
Trust it, trust it, trust it, trust it.
You know, in 7 seasons, we have seen that adversity brings the best out in most cooks we see.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's hot. I'm gonna do a really hot sear on some squash with some crash hats. I'm gonna blanch off some rapini and just roll with the punches. I just gotta keep it simple and fresh so it complements my rabbit.
I'm looking to make a buttermilk salad with lemon and pine nuts with fried bacon on top. I just have to execute and get everything on the plate, and I think I can pull this off. 2 weeks before coming to MasterChef, I found out my wife was pregnant. So I left a lot to be here. But everything I do it for my family, and I'm gonna go all the way. Come on.
Andy, how you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. That was quite a little trick you guys are playing on us there.
What are you making for your contorne?
They're gonna go for an orange and fennel salad with some fresh burrata.
Everyone has someone they think about that inspires them. Who inspires you?
My wife. She's been my #1 support. She's at home right now with my 2 little girls, so I can chase this.
Well, I'm gonna leave you to it. Focus.
Thank you, Chef. I left a lot at home, but I know it's worth it because the opportunity on the other side of this is enormous. So I am not gonna go down without a fight.
5 minutes, only 5 more minutes. Get it going. Remember, 2 plates, not 1.
Behind.
Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Good job, guys.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Oh, that's crispy.
My chicken is looking good.
Ooh, stressing me out. Try not to overcook that.
They are good, I think.
Okay, where's my salt? This is the messiest cook I ever did.
I just have to keep on putting 1 foot in front of the other and see what comes out.
1 minute. 1 more minute left. Come on. 1 more minute.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
You got it.
Yeah.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Way to go, guys. Great job.
I love both the dishes. If this is the end of MasterChef for me, I'm proud of these dishes. It's all quite emotional. What comes out of you in these moments?
Andy, please bring both your dishes to the front.
Andy, what's going on with you?
There's moments that I'm questioning, should I be here? Am I good enough for this? And then I look at this, and whether I go home or not, I'm just really proud of myself.
Wow. Well, you're right to be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Chef.
So, tell me exactly what you did here.
So what we have along the bottom is a creamed charred eggplant. On top of that is crispy breaded eggplant, some lemon and thyme ricotta, confit cherry tomatoes, and finished with a Parmesan tuile.
This is sensational.
Thank you, Chef.
All the flavors, they work so well together. The ricotta, the tomatoes add that little pop of flavor and explosion in your mouth. The eggplant is fried perfectly. You took a vegetable and you turned it into 2 different applications on 1 plate. Really smart cooking.
Thank you, Chef.
I like the look of this, but I'm gonna let my fellow judges try this.
Thank you, Chef.
Presentation, Andy, is beautiful. Your contorne.
Here we have some fresh burrata, oranges, caramelized fennel, a little bit of balsamic glaze, as well as crispy capers.
It's beautiful. Thank you. Those flavor combinations work together so well. Without that orange, that balsamic glaze would have been just a tad too sweet. It is perfectly balanced. The only thing I sort of crave with this is maybe something a little bitter, like a radicchio leaf or an endive, and together, they are two dishes that really exceed and excel. This is restaurant food, restaurant presentation, and you are cooking like a master chef.
Chef.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Well done, Andy. Well done.
These judges have been so fundamentally important in my development as a cook, so I'm really proud to show them what I was able to do under this pressure.
Jen, please bring your dishes to the front.
I decided to go with rabbit. I did a loin as well as a leg. I also made a crumble and threw some fingerling potatoes in and did a red wine pan sauce for it.
I think the presentation is quite lovely.
Thank you.
Seasoning is nice. It allows the natural sweet flavors of that rabbit to come through. That wine sauce, I find really solid. You built the flavors. The rabbit, Jen, is just a tad on the overcooked side.
Okay.
I've seen a ton of fight in you today. Don't give up.
I won't, Chef.
Jen, your contorno.
I kept it nice and simple. I did a seared yellow zucchini. I blanched some rapini, covered it with some pecorino, a little bit of lemon to brighten it up, and a little bit of the same prosciutto sage crumble just to give it a little bite.
The presentation of this is different. I like that kind of modern, throw it in there, and it looks good.
Thank you, Chef.
It's a flavorful dish. It's executed well. I like the char you put on the rapini, that slight bitterness. I know time was short, and that proves you don't panic. Culinary school, that extra effort, it's paying off.
Sure is.
Great work, Jen.
Good job. Well done, well done.
Andre, you're up next.
I have a roasted red pepper and tomato sauce with smoked bacon, topped with fried chicken, marinated in also red peppers, and pan-seared potatoes with caraway seeds.
Andre, you make the most beautiful looking food. What is the seasoning in the dredge?
I used my karage-style seasoning. Most of the seasoning is in the meat.
I love it. I think it's delicious. It's got a little bit of that spice that comes through. Cook on a chicken is perfect. I love how you Frenched the chicken here. Very textbook. It is an amazing reinterpretation of a classic.
Wow, thank you, Chef.
So, Andre, your contorno.
I have a frisee salad with a buttermilk and lemon dressing, topped with bacon and toasted hazelnuts.
The dish is simple. You don't have a lot of elements in there, and I would have added a bit more color. It's pleasant, but it's just slightly underwhelming. I would have added a bit more flavor. Apples, oranges. You want something fresh here. But that buttermilk dressing cools that sauce down. You know, they complement each other.
Thank you, Chef.
Great work, buddy.
Good job, Andre. Well done.
3 very strong dishes.
This kitchen means so much to me. There's been so much work in getting here, so this can't be the end.
We threw a curveball at them, but we never threw them off their game.
When things are thrown at you very quickly, you gotta think fast and you gotta think wise, and I'm impressed.
I think I'm finally being noticed by not only the judges, but my competitors. So I'm hoping and praying that they don't send me home.
There were a few missteps, and it's going to boil down to the fine details.
I want to have a full-time career in food, so I don't want to leave this competition.
I think we know where we're going with this.
Okay, let's do it.
So let's tell them the news.
You 3 gave us mind-blowing reinterpretations of Italian classics.
But one of you made a pair of dishes that would be a welcome addition to any of our restaurant menus. Andy, please head up to the gallery.
Chef Andy.
It feels incredible to be able to pull this off under this pressure. Just shows the growth that I've gone through.
Andre, Jan, you were not far behind Andy.
But this season, even great cooks can end up where you are right now.
And that's why tonight we find ourselves in a very sad position of having to say goodbye to Jen.
Andre, please join the others in the gallery.
Jen, you've had to put your dream on hold several times now. But what you've done in this kitchen over the last few weeks proves to us that this is where you need to be. In a kitchen, as a chef.
Thank you so much. I want to say thank you for inviting me back. It was a validation I never knew I needed. So thank you for the opportunity.
Jen, please leave your apron at your station.
Thank you so much. I feel so privileged to have had this chance in the first place, let alone the second chance. Oh my God! I'm a stronger person because of the MasterChef Canada kitchen.
Jen, if I can get you to start peeling me some garlic? Yes, ma'am.
Just because it didn't work out doesn't mean I don't get to do this for a living.
I like it.
Yes.
It looks like a finale dish already.
Thank you, Chef. I'm grateful because I got to show my kids that it's okay to go do something that you love. And I did a damn good job, so I'm proud of myself no matter what.
Next time on MasterChef Canada Back to Win.
Lift!
The top 9 face a mystery box.
Whoa.
That's truly a mystery.
I am completely unfamiliar with everything under this mystery box.
It's our toughest season ever.
What is happening here?
And it's only getting tougher.
This is super crazy.
There's really no room to be boring here.
Last time on MasterChef Canada Back to Win.
Oh my good God.
Oh, this is stressful.
A 3-way battle for survival featuring not one, but 2 former finalists.
They are good, I think.
The rabbit, Jen, is just a tad on the overcooked side.
Proved to be more than Jen could handle. Tonight, all 9 competitors face elimination.
I am completely unfamiliar with everything under this mystery box.
In a mystery box challenge that's way out of their comfort zone.
What is happening here?
Obviously, I'm freaking out.
All right, guys.
Here we
Let's
go.
do this.
Mystery box.
I'm actually really excited to get my hands dirty. The view on the balcony is great, but the only way I'm gonna learn is by pushing myself, and that's in the kitchen.
I love mystery boxes. They usually give us the opportunity to show our creative side.
I think it's vital for me to stand out today. But I don't know what's under the mystery box. It could be anything.
Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've been back in this kitchen for a few weeks, it's probably starting to feel like you've never left at all.
Remember, you're back to win, and you want to bring it all home. The MasterChef Canada title, $100,000, and your very own complete kitchen of Miele appliances.
There's definitely a lot on the line. And even though you can't afford to get comfortable, comfort is the theme of the day.
Oh my gosh.
Comfort food, to be exact.
Yes.
I love comfort food. If there is a genre of food that I cook, it is absolutely comfort food.
During the global shutdown, with more people cooking for themselves, comfort food is where so many people turned. Familiar classics like mac and cheese, tacos, banana bread, or pie with ice cream can offer a little slice of reassurance.
I have no idea what is underneath the mystery box. I'm just hoping that maybe I can find you a dessert.
Are you ready to see what's under the box?
Yes,
Chef. Are you really ready?
Yes, Chef.
1, 2, 3, lift.
Okay.
I lift up the mystery box and I'm seeing some dried legumes and a couple vegetables.
Oh my gosh. I see seeds, some tofu. I have no idea. What are we doing?
Not the ingredients that you normally would think of when you think comfort food.
Tonight, you'll be creating a comfort food dish using only plant-based products.
It used to be that the vegetarian option was simply whole the meat. But we've come a long way with plant-based proteins like tempeh, seitan, and beans.
I am completely unfamiliar with everything under this mystery box. Normally at home, every night, there is a protein that is the focal point of dinner.
Your dish can either be savory or sweet and come from any culture you desire. The world is your oyster, or whatever the plant-based alternative is for oysters.
To help you create these comfort classics without any animal products, we've provided you with Becel plant-based bricks.
They're a 100% plant-based alternative that cooks, tastes, and bakes like dairy butter.
Becel's website motivates thousands of Canadians to embrace plant-based baking and cooking. And if you win tonight, your dish will inspire a feature recipe on the website.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I would love to have my dish published with Becel. It would be amazing to have my recipe for all of Canadians to try.
Tonight's winner will also have a huge advantage in next week's challenge.
At the end of this challenge, at least one cook will be eliminated.
I'm extremely pumped for Mystery Box. It's my favorite thing. Except there's elimination. I don't want to go home today.
So are you ready to prove you have a green thumb in cooking?
Yes, Chef!
Your 60 minutes starts now.
Oh my goodness, this is phenomenal.
So many amazing ingredients, seriously. I wish I could have this pantry all the time.
When I hear comfort food, I think something that takes you back home to Sunday night dinners, mom's pie.
Flour, where's flour?
So I'm making a Mediterranean meat pie. I need cashews, I need almonds. I'm also grabbing spices, herbs, fresh herbs, dried herbs, so that I can bring out those flavors of the Mediterranean. Facing a plant-based challenge, I have to stretch myself beyond 100%. I want to show not just the judges, but the other cooks that I'm someone to be reckoned with.
Where's TVP?
Up top.
What else? I'm trying to find something that can replicate pork in the pantry. Texture is key when it comes to cooking plant-based foods. I do see this thing called textured vegetable protein. I've heard of it before, and I know it acts as meat after you rehydrate it. So I'm gonna go for it and take a risk and try this without having used it before. I need some Becel too. The talent in this kitchen is so fierce. You just gotta cook your heart out.
I get so heavy.
I am very excited about this challenge.
Plant-based cooking has come such a long way that there's really no compromise when it comes to creating great comfort food dishes using those plant-based elements.
What would you make?
I would probably go for sweet potatoes, slice them super thin, almost making a cannelloni, some kind of a plant-based cheese filling, and bake the whole thing in the oven.
For me, my ultimate comfort food's always been congee, or rice porridge. On top, I can layer with all kinds of vegetables, which I will grill in that Becel brick.
But really, it's fascinating to see how much further we can go when it comes to vegetable-based ingredients.
All it takes is a great imagination.
Today I'm making peaches and cream. It's ultimate comfort. I feel like people think I can't cook sweet, but I can. I want to show up to these guys that I'm a little bit of a threat. I think because I wasn't a runner-up in my season that a lot of people here underestimate me. I want to prove to the judges that I'm a competitor, and I want to prove that I can do sweet as well as savory. When I was on MasterChef Canada the first time, I really felt like I didn't show everything I had.
The pastry cream, not so good. I can't taste the vanilla at all.
Back then, I was tripped up by the dessert. But I want to grow in this kitchen, I need to push myself. So I'm gonna flambe the peaches with brandy, and I'm gonna do a chai spice vegan creme anglaise. Taking this risk is scary. If I can't execute properly, there's a great chance that I will go home.
When I hear comfort food, my mind immediately goes to desserts. Today I'm doing a play on a Chinese dessert, which is a tofu pudding. I'm making my own take on it by doing a panna cotta to make it a little bit more elevated, and I'll be adding some other components to it as well. In MasterChef Canada Season 2, the dish I was most proud of was my cake. In 1.5 hours, it's not easy to bake a cake with so many different components. Thinking back, I really pushed the limits.
This is a league of its own. My mouth is watering right now.
I'm still impressed by what I did back then. With this one today, I need to really bring my game if I want to win. There are a lot of delicious vegan desserts, especially in Chinese cooking, so I'm really hoping that today I get to show off to the judges. My expectation when it comes to desserts are up here, as high as they can possibly be. As a pastry person, I have to be extra innovative. I need to be doing things that judges wouldn't expect.
Before I left, I asked my daughter, what should I cook on MasterChef Canada? And she said, chocolate cake. So I am making a chocolate cake today, way outside my comfort zone, but I'm doing this for my daughter, Vivi. Season 5, I would have never touched a baking challenge, and this time I'm leaning right into it and just going for it. So today I'm going for a more classic layered cake. I want a really deep chocolatey buttercream. So I get the basil, cocoa powder, icing sugar, a little bit of almond milk, and whip that all together to make a super delicious buttercream. Next, I need to get cracking on this chocolate cake. Anytime you make substitutions for plant-based, you have to think of the science behind what you're taking away. For this chocolate cake, I'm substituting applesauce for eggs. It's adding in that additional moisture. And for buttermilk, I'm substituting almond milk and a little bit of vinegar. The vinegar actually curdles the almond milk and gives it a texture of buttermilk, helping with the rising of the cake itself.
I am making my play on spaghetti and meatballs with whipped ricotta. I remember coming home from school and there'd be a spaghetti and meatballs on the stovetop and you could just smell it in the house. It's just this like little hug in your belly. So I'm doing a agnolotti in brodo. I'm stuffing my agnolotti with ground meat, even though it's not meat, and tofu, ricotta, and then the tomato broths. I'm super confident in this because I cook a lot of vegetarian and vegan at home. So yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm gonna freaking kill it, man.
Hi there, Taya.
Hi.
So I can see you're going savory by the looks of things.
I am. I'm gonna go Italian.
I believe in the last season, you had won an opportunity to have a recipe published by Jamie Oliver.
I did, yeah.
Is that on your mind right now
It
with
is
the
on my
opportunity?
mind.
I've never had anything like that. Good job, girl.
Thank you.
Well, look, I think it sounds like you have a perfect plan in mind. Hopefully you'll be able to pull it all off.
100%.
Good luck with that.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Taya.
So cool. It looks like meat.
Plant-based cuisine really creates an opportunity for home cooks to show how innovative they can be, but it hasn't been explored to its full potential yet.
It is relatively new, I think, to certainly North American culture, whereas there are other cultures in the world. It has been the way of life and staple for years.
In Hong Kong, we've been eating vegetarian cuisine for a long, long time. It's a lot of religion that requires meat not to be eaten. But what I'm really excited is what our group can do. You have a mosaic of nationality. I want to see what kind of comfort food dish that they'll be doing.
I'm making an elevated Jamaican chorizo patty in a more sophisticated way. When I think of comfort food, I think about snacks. So this is kind of a nod to what me and my wife always eat. Today I have to be very innovative. Usually patties are with beef or chicken or goat. but I'm gonna have a chorizo filling. And I'm making it with textured vegetable protein, chickpeas, and hemp seed. I don't eat vegan food too much, so hopefully I can pull this one off.
I'm going with Middle Eastern comfort food. I'm making a kafta with TVP and falafel. It's food I love to eat, sitting on a park bench with my partner. It gives me comfort. So with this challenge, I have to work really hard. I really want to show the judges something special. The element that I'm really worried about is the kafta. I've never tried to make a beef replacement before. And that's the one where I feel like I'm stretching myself the most. Oh, shit. I put my TVP kafta on the grill, and it starts to fall apart. Obviously, I'm freaking out.
Hey, Marissa, how's it going? What is happening here? Marissa, what is happening here?
So I've made a kafta.
I just want to try this. I'm curious.
It's a little bit loose. I don't have the same texture as a ground beef, but I added beets in to give it some depth.
Did you cook the beets?
They're raw beets. I'm hoping the grill will soften them up.
I am concerned about this. Give you a little bit of advice. Crank your heat up on this thing.
I hear you, Chef. I hear you.
Good luck.
Thank you. This dish is not going to send me home because I need to work out a plan B.
Okay. You got this.
It's super exciting to see the 9 home cooks back together in this kitchen taking on this vegetable-based cooking. The challenge here is that they have to create something that is homey and comforting, that comfort food, but elevate its presentation to, the standards that we've come to expect.
Cooking Filipino food brings back memories of my mother. I lost her to cancer in 2008, so cooking the food that she used to make makes me feel good inside. Today, I'm making a vegan noodle-wrapped lumpia with a sweet and sour carrot sauce and roasted vegetables.
Lumpia is actually pork and carrot spring roll. It's the Filipino version of a spring roll.
It's taking me forever to grate these carrots. I am making a carrot cake spice dumpling with vegan creme anglaise. This is what I do for a living, so this is the time that I can showcase my skills. I obviously make dumplings all the time for restaurants, retail. I've also been starting to teach a lot of classes as well, and I'm always pushing the boundaries. That's what I'm really good at. So I haven't made a dumpling dish yet, and I just really want to pump one out.
Hey, May.
Hi, Chef Alvin.
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm actually going dessert and dumplings.
I love dumplings.
So do I.
And you were the dumpling queen.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so I can tell you a dumpling is my comfort food. My grandmother used to make dumplings all the time, so I remember as a little kid, I would wait for those. So I can tell you I'm really looking forward to your dumplings. And remember, presentation.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chef.
Back in the day, Mom used to make a lot of this kind of stuff, so I'm gonna try and do a little homage to Mom with a meat pie that has no meat. Should be interesting. It's difficult for me making a plant-based meat filling. I'm trying to spice it correctly and trying to make it MasterChef Canada kitchen worthy. I'm also making different condiments. Cashew cream tzatziki, a cross between a gremolata and a Greek salad, almond cheese, and toasted pumpkin seeds. It's obviously outside of my comfort zone.
Hey.
Hi, Chef.
What are you making?
A Mediterranean-style meat pie.
I like that already, meat. So what are you gonna do about the meat?
I've got some TVP, sauteed mushrooms, some lentil to give it a little bite, and I'm gonna bake it in a skillet underneath pastry dough.
Now, Barry, you're a meat guy.
Yeah.
Is this a challenge for you? What do you think?
I would certainly rather be putting a nice cut of beef in here. This is a bit of a new thing for me.
Good luck.
Thank you, Chef. Mom used to make this amazing deep dish apple pie. And as a tribute to her, I will put the same design in the top of the pie that she used to put on hers. Okay, in we go. My only concern is the pie going to be cooked?
30 minutes! You have 30 minutes left for your plant-based creation.
You know, it's really difficult to replace butter, so it's really amazing that Bacel's created a plant-based product that acts like butter. It's a really great tool that we didn't have in the past.
Hey, Andrew.
Chef, how are you?
Looks like you're making something sweet.
I think I am.
And you notice how beautiful that caramelized with the alternative butter because it doesn't burn as quickly. Tell me, what are you doing there?
Some nice caramelized peaches with crumble on top, baked in the oven. A nice pour of creme anglaise made with silken tofu.
Okay.
Some of the soy milk.
Yes.
It's chai spiced. And then I'm doing a pistachio praline.
Very excited about this dish, but remember, must look good.
Yes, that's the plan. Thank you, Chef. I'm going to be making a praline for on top of the peaches. I need to cook some sugar to the right temperature, then add some crushed nuts, pumpkin seeds, and hemp hearts. My goal is try to elevate it as much as I can. Let's go into the freezer.
I'm doing a lot of components today. I'm going to be doing 5 different components. So I really got to get serious and get my game face on if I want to win today. I have won nothing so far, so winning today means everything. I'm really confident in my abilities, so I'm not going to be playing it safe when it comes to dessert. There are little tricks that you can use, especially in modern pastry, that can make a product that's seemingly not vegan into a vegan product. Traditionally, I use agar-agar to make a vegan panna cotta. However, agar-agar can give you a very crispy, almost brittle gel, so I want to soften it a little bit. So today I'm actually using 2 seaweed-based gels. By combining them together, you can get a panna cotta that has a better mouthfeel than just using all agar.
You know, I like the ambition, but I'm not so sure that the panna cotta is going to set in time. He doesn't have much time left.
May, surprisingly, is also making dessert. She's making dumplings, and in that dumpling is going to be a carrot cake.
I like that. So a carrot cake dumpling. That's a beautiful idea, actually. So it'll be interesting to see how she can mimic cream cheese with vegetables.
As a cream cheese alternative, she's using tofu and beans.
And beans?
Yes, tofu and white beans.
I have my lumpia. I'm using texturized vegetable protein to act as the ground pork. Then I'm gonna fry it. Traditionally, lumpia is wrapped in a spring roll wrapper. I can't use spring roll wrappers because it has eggs, so I'm gonna use rice noodles. I feel like the creativity of wrapping it in a noodle is gonna show the judges just how creative I can be. Rolling with noodles is a very technical skill. As I'm trying to roll my lumpia, come on, this vegetable protein is falling apart. Fuck. If I don't get this done, I have a chance of going home. Hardest part of what I'm doing today is wrapping this lumpia because the texture is not as sticky as ground pork. So I'm adding a little bit of cornstarch to the filling just so that it will thicken up a bit and act as a binder.
That cornstarch she's putting in.
It looks like cornstarch.
Yes, which is a good idea.
Yeah, it's an easy fix.
And then I use my sushi mat to roll it. Come on. And it works perfectly. Woo! Yeah, baby.
I would love to have my dish published with Basil because it's such another stepping stone towards my food goal. I do recipe development for a lot of big brands. I have my blog, Tasty, and I do private dinners. It's so gratifying to have people say that they tried your dish and it tasted good. Usually with stuffed pasta, you use egg to create a bit more structure, but I can't use eggs. I start filling up my pasta, doing my little folds, little pillows. It definitely doesn't have the structure as egg yolk pasta, but they are stuffed. I get them in the water. I look up at the clock and I'm like, oh my gosh.
20 minutes! You only have 20 minutes left!
Today, I really want to stand out because you always have to cook your best dish, or it may be the last dish that you're going to be cooking in this kitchen. I'm blending ackee with almond milk to create an emulsified creme anglaise sauce. I'm using the ackee as a kind of an egg replacement to build smooth, emulsified texture. Then I'm adding ginger, cinnamon, cloves, allspice. I want to make sure all those beautiful spices come through into the final bite. But it's really stressing me out because it also has to be beautiful and elegant. Creating a plant-based dish is already hard enough.
Gotta make sure my dough is perfect. The main challenges I'm facing with this dish is getting the right texture of pastry dough. Because it's still warm, oh my God, it's kind of sticking If I don't get this dough right, my whole entire dish is completely ruined.
Andre seemed to be a little bit frazzled. He's a little bit behind. I'm a little bit concerned. Will that pastry bake in time? Will it deliver that very flaky dough that we come to expect from a Jamaican patty?
I still don't fully know exactly how I'm going to plate this cake. Plating for this challenge really does matter because the goal is to elevate comfort food. I have in my head a concept where I want to have a layered cake, but the cake is still feeling hot.
He's cutting it tight.
You can't put a hot cake on the plate because it will melt the icing. But I have a backup plan. I'm gonna take it in a modern direction.
My praline is everything in this peaches and cream dish because of it's such a simple concept. It needs to look perfect. I'm taking so many small components, flowers, small leaves of mint, coconut shavings, coarse pistachios, a little bit of shaved chocolate, and a little bit of grated lime, and I'm perfectly placing it along the circle so that it looks very textural. My goal for this dish is to make it look like a garden of excitement. Hopefully this works. I don't know if it's going to. I've never really done this before. This praline is very thin and snappable. I have to be very careful, otherwise it's gonna break apart.
10 minutes!
Oh, for crying out loud.
Only 10 more minutes!
Oh, sorry guys. Andy's klutz.
With panna cotta, it's always a risk because you might not have enough time to get it to set.
Let's see how that is.
Traditionally, using these two seaweed gums requires at least 2 to 3 hours of wait time. I'm hoping that by increasing the concentration, it's gonna set faster. If the panna cotta isn't set, I'm not gonna have anything to plate and present to the judges. Come on, work for me. My panna cotta is not set, and there's only 5 minutes left. My original plating would have been this beautiful panna cotta that's shaped like a rectangle, but now I'm stuck with plating in a bowl. It's not the ideal plating I wanted, but it's better than not having one.
2 minutes, only 2 more minutes left.
Oh my God.
Shoot. Okay.
I want to see beautiful presentation.
Last minute pomegranate reduction.
Coming out of the oven. I'm looking in at the pie dough, and I realize it looks a little pale.
1 minute! You have 1 more minute left. Come on, get it going. 1 minute.
Let's go.
Let's go!
I'm rushing on my plating, but I'm also trying to stay calm so that the plate doesn't look messy.
I know at this point my dish isn't going to come out exactly the way that I conceptualized it, but I'm gonna get this done. I have no choice but to impress.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Well done, guys.
Well done, everybody. You guys are awesome.
Holy smokes.
Do it.
Well done, cooks. This was No Garden Variety Challenge. And looking at your dishes, it shows.
Now it's time to see if they taste as good as they look. Jeremy, please bring your plant-based comfort dish to the front.
I'm feeling good about my dish. I cooked my heart out today. Every memory and emotion was on that plate.
Hello, Jeremy.
Hey, Chef.
Plant-based comfort food was the brief. What did you make?
Comfort food, it always brings me back to the memory of my mother and back to the food that she made. Traditionally, lumpia is ground pork. I tried to emulate that with a textured vegetable protein, burnt pumpkin seed ash, chanterelle mushrooms, radish, and a spicy carrot sweet and sour sauce.
Well, Jeremy, I am once again delighted to see the level of which you are plating your food. It seems to be getting better and better and better.
Thank you, Chef.
The comfort feel is right there. It is rich, it is flavorful. It's the kind of food that I think would become a staple. As they were being cooked, you'd be picking one off the plate at home because you just couldn't resist it.
Thank you, Chef.
Jeremy, done a lot of traveling in Southeast Asia. So you must have ate twice my weight in lumpia. Why did you use the rice noodle?
It's just a cool little vessel once it's fried.
Well, let's see how this goes. You have all kinds of range here. The rice noodle, I like it because it looks a lot more elevated. The filling, tasty. Sauce, you got refined carrots, and I can taste that carrot coming together. You have it all.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Please go back to you.
Thank you so much.
Good job, Jeremy.
Praise from the judges means so much to me. I feel like my mom would be so proud of me.
Andre, please bring your dish up to the front.
Here I have a chorizo patty with chickpeas and hemp seed, a tahini and saffron sauce, and a Caesar cashew sauce.
How do you get the chorizo with vegetable-based protein?
I season the vegetable protein very well with the ancho chilies and the ancho chili powder.
Nice and light. The bricks gives it a much lighter taste. The filling, a bit dry. You need to add on a bit of liquid. A lot of times you get the fat coming from the meat, which makes it liquid. But I like the sauce, and I like the spice. I just wish it was just a little bit juicier.
Thank you, Chef. This is tough competition. I'm just hoping that I can pull through.
Andy, at the beginning of this challenge, I was thinking about more classic layered cake. But then I ended up in a modern direction. Kind of risky, it's a little bit different. I hope the judges will appreciate it.
I made a death by chocolate and black bean cake, buttercream icing, and a little bit of toasted coconut as well. This was made for my daughter.
It really is youthful and modern and current, but it still has that comforting look about it. The buttercream is so light and fluffy and not overly sweet. And I love the fact that you've added the black beans, a little bit of coconut for contrast and crunch and texture. It really is a delightful tribute to your daughter.
Thank you, Chef.
Taya, please bring up your dish for tasting.
My favorite comfort food is pasta. So I did stuffed agnolotti with a tomato brodo. The stuffing is ground meat and ricotta, plant-based style.
All those flavors work really well together. That basil just pops in your mouth. Your agnolotti is ethereal, it's light, and you had no eggs. Very, very difficult to achieve, and you did it.
Thank you, Chef.
Hi, Taya. Nice to see you smiling.
Yeah.
I want to see how generous you were with the filling. Look at that. You couldn't have stuffed more in there if you tried. Nice and savory. Texture-wise, it is soft. It has a wonderful creamy finish to it. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Barry, please bring up your dish for tasting.
I hope the judges see I accomplished what I set out to accomplish. But there's always that question, have I done enough? I made Mediterranean plant-based deep dish pie. I have a cashew cream tzatziki, sherry vinegar marinated red and yellow peppered zucchini and onion, pumpkin seeds, and almond and cumin cheese.
All right. The pastry is a little pale. You can enhance coloring by adding just a little bit of guava and nut milk. It replaces the egg wash. The pastry is super light and flaky. The savory filling beneath the crust, it is a little on the dry side.
That's what I was worried about.
Typically, when I see a dish that has a lot of ramekins on it, it tells me that the chef is struggling with the concept a little bit. They haven't fully figured it out. Unfortunately, for me, it's very bland. And you can't rely on the condiments. You know, Barry, you gotta push yourself a lot more. There's never been a more fierce competition in this kitchen.
Yeah.
Andrew, head on up to the podium.
The last time I cooked a sweet in the MasterChef Canada kitchen, I was eliminated. Of course I'm nervous. Today, I prepared for you peaches and cream. All plant-based, I've made a short crust and pistachio praline, chai spice creme anglaise with silken tofu and soy milk.
Andrew, I love the look of this. Not only does it look like a restaurant quality dish, it looks like a 3 Michelin star dish.
Good for you.
And you're no pastry chef, right?
Not at all.
Wow, look at that. You've made an error in judgment. You don't think you're a great pastry chef. And you are.
Thank you.
This is the best peaches and cream I've ever tasted. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Andrew, I guess you're feeling pretty good now.
I was worried for a second there, but yes.
Question is, does it live up to the hype? It exceeds it.
Thank you.
I love the flavors, the freshness of those peaches, and the lemon I saw you put in really accentuates the flavor of those fruits. And your crème anglaise, light and creamy and yet warming. It really is a lovely, lovely little dessert.
Yes.
You knocked it out of the park. Well done, Andrew.
Thank you.
Good job, Andrew.
Awesome work, buddy.
Amazing.
I feel so proud. Hearing the judges say that it looks like a 3 Michelin star dish, it's the highest praise. It's the highest praise.
May, you're up next.
I made carrot cake dumpling, shredded carrots, all the typical carrot spice. The sauce is made with almond milk and ackee.
May, it looks very beige, a bit flat.
The color's hiding on the inside.
Color is on the inside. There's the color. The flavors are delicious, beautiful carrot mixture, really great control of the spices. I do think, though, you could have gone further.
Maybe I should have juiced some carrots and used that in the dumpling dough instead.
Exactly. Start following your gut.
Thank you very much, Chef.
May, I'm so intrigued and fascinated that you decided to do a carrot cake dumpling. A very clever use of the ackee. The filling and flavors of the dumplings, I think, are spot on. It really had that cake feel to it, slightly sweet, carrot, cinnamony, and the dumpling wrappers are so light and tender.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Christopher.
I know the flavors are there. I really, really want to win this one. Today, I've drawn from comforting desserts I had as a child, particularly tofu pudding and also the almond soup. I've elevated them by making a tofu coconut panna cotta. We have a yuzu passion fruit fluid gel, a bit of meringue for crisp, a black sesame crumble, and almond black sugar ice cream on top.
Wow. Presentation is quasi-modern, which is innovative and fresh. A bit of a twist. The flavors, to me, bring a sense of peace and calm and sophistication. The texture of the panna cotta, quite nice. Well done. Thank you, Christopher.
Ah, Christopher.
Chef Alvin.
Very nice. We both come from Chinese family, and I remember those tofu puddings, coconut soups, Chinese kind of desserts was something that's also very close to me. It's there. It's light, it's airy. This just takes me back to my childhood, which is going back further than yours.
Thank you, Chef.
Hey, Chef.
Well done, Chris.
Marissa?
I hope the judges see how much I've pushed myself. I sure hope I've done enough. So I prepared for you some falafel and kafta. In the falafel itself, it's a chickpea base. In the kafta, it's supposed to be a beef kafta, but it's a beet kafta with beets, a textured vegetable protein, and cashew tahini.
Why did you choose Middle Eastern?
I thought of what is comforting to me, and it's grabbing some falafel with my partner and sitting on a nice park bench in Montreal.
It sounds like a great way to spend an afternoon. So presentation is quite nice. It does add a little bit of nuance to an old, comforting Middle Eastern classic. Flavors are very good. And there's enough acidity there coming from the little chutney that kicks it back into balance one more time. Now for the kafta. It's a little more gummy, unfortunately. Not that firmer, crumblier texture that I would like to have.
Right.
They are very, very moist. Maybe from the beets.
Marissa, falafel and kefta. I just don't get that crispiness coming from the kefta. I know you got the vegetable protein in there. You took a risk, and sometimes it pays off, and sometimes it doesn't. The taste is definitely there, but would that be enough?
Sure hope so, Chef. I'm feeling a little frustrated. The margin for error is quite slim.
Good boy.
The judges felt the way they felt. I may not feel the same way, but it's up to them, not me.
Such amazing dishes, such diversity, sweet and savory.
I put the most technique on the plate tonight. Definitely. I deserve to win this.
I'm amazed. They have an instinct.
I'm hoping that I did enough today to win this challenge.
There were several cooks that made some small errors on their dishes.
Everything wrong is going through my mind.
I hope they see true effort, true growth, true skill.
Decisions made? Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Plant-based cuisine is not simple to master. But you would know that based on the dishes we tasted tonight.
There was one dish that wasn't just a good vegan dessert, but it was a knockout dessert, period. The cook who made that heavenly treat was Andrew.
Good job, Andrew. Nice job.
Great work, buddy. Well done. I won! I took a huge risk today, and it feels very good to win my first challenge this season.
Congratulations, Andrew. You've earned a big advantage in next week's challenge. And you'll have a recipe based on your peaches and cream featured on the Basel website.
Wow, okay. Thank you, Chef.
Unfortunately, not all of you met the standard we've come to expect of you this season. Can the following cooks please come to the front? Barry and Marissa. Barry, Marissa, you're a couple of cooks who really love working with meat. But still, you did a solid job without it.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
And there was potential in both of your dishes. With time to experiment, maybe both of you could have achieved something great.
But sadly, only one of you will have a chance to stay in this kitchen. The cook who fell the furthest from meeting the mark today was Barry.
Sorry.
No worries. Good luck.
Thank you, chefs.
Barry, we know that your nickname is the Bear, but considering how many lives you've had in this kitchen, the cat might be more accurate.
Might be.
Each time that you've come back here, you've reminded us why you belong, with talent and grit. I know it never feels good to leave this kitchen, but are you glad you had this final chance?
Honored. Just the invitation. Thank you.
The three of us have a question for you that you are uniquely qualified to answer. Which of these talented cooks is Canada's next MasterChef?
Jeremy. Absolutely, Jeremy. Man's got some moves in the kitchen.
Thank you, Barry. Please leave your apron at your station.
This week, it's my time to go. And I'm okay with that. When I left the MasterChef kitchen last time, I was a different person than the one that walked in the door this season.
Yeah, Barry! Barry, nice move.
To be told that I'm one of the 12 best that have ever been in this kitchen, it's a privilege and an honor just to have been invited. This group is extraordinarily talented.
The best kapunti goes to Barry.
Cooking is who I am, not what I do.
Next time on MasterChef Canada, Back to Win.
No way!
The top 8 press their luck in a battle of wits.
Flambe.
Correct.
That leads to an epic test of their skills.
It's hot in this kitchen. I am sweating.
Who will rise to the head of the class?
It is so good.
And who will be expelled?
Expect more from yourself.
I'm not going home tonight. No way.
Last time on MasterChef Canada, back to win. A challenge without meat confounded the bear.
It's obviously outside of my comfort zone.
And the cook, also known as Barry, had to say his final goodbye.
It's been a privilege and an honor. Thank you.
Tonight,
Get out of my way!
the top 8 press their luck in a battle of wits.
Flambe.
Correct.
That leads to an epic test of their skills.
It's hot in this kitchen. I am sweating.
Who will rise to the head of the class?
It is so good.
And who will be expelled?
Expect more from yourself.
I'm not going home tonight.
What is this?
Hello.
It looks like I've walked onto the set of a game show. And it looks crazy.
Oh my god. Are those buzzers?
Awesome.
Cooks, competitors, and culinary connoisseurs, don't just stand there. Come up to the front.
I love game shows. I watch them all the time on TV, but like, I've never been on a game show, so who knows?
Congratulations! You're the lucky 8 who get the chance to play our very first game of Kitchenary.
I love game shows. I always wanted to be on one, so this is it.
Where we provide a culinary definition and you give us the correct culinary word.
Oh no.
That's right. Your first challenge of the night is not about your palate. It's a test of your brain.
Oh man.
And if you prove you're the smartest person in this kitchen, you will earn more than bragging rights. You'll get a place in the gallery. While everybody else cooks for their lives.
Oh, God. It would be amazing to go up on that balcony and watch my fellow cooks go at it.
The Kitchenary rules are simple. We'll ask a food-related question, and the first person to buzz in gets a chance to answer. If you're correct, you get 10 points.
But if you're wrong, you lose 5 points. And the other cooks have a chance to buzz in and steal.
I've had lots of fun trivia nights with my friends as an adult, and competition is fierce. I want to win.
Andrew, you won the mystery box in the last episode, so you get an advantage. We're giving you a 20-point head start over everyone else.
My mother and grandmother are from Syria, and when they came over, they watched game shows all the time trying to learn the language. We'd be shouting at the screen and playing along, and it was a lot of fun.
Now, are you all ready to play some Kitchenary?
Yes, chef.
Then let's get started.
Okay.
First question.
Okay.
Look inside this tree's pods, and you will find a sweet, tangy pulp that's a staple of Mexican cuisine. Andrew.
Tamarind?
Tamarind is correct.
Oh, my gosh.
This metal container is used to pressurize liquids with nitrous oxide to create foams.
A siphon?
Andre, you are correct. You have 10 points.
This tiny summer squash is shaped like a flying saucer, and it's eaten with its skin on. Andy.
Acorn squash?
Incorrect.
Patty pan squash.
Correct, 10 points.
This tropical rootstock is often mistaken for ginger, but its sharp citrusy qualities lend a unique flavor to Thai cooking. Andrew.
Galangal?
That is correct.
I'm not fast enough.
Native to Asia and weighing up to 4 kilograms each, this fruit is the largest in the citrus family.
Jackfruit?
Incorrect.
Durian.
Incorrect.
Pomelo.
Andre, you are correct.
Good job.
This long and narrow green leaf is known as the vanilla of Southeast Asia.
Pandan leaf.
That's correct.
I feel like I have a lot of proof in this one because everyone kind of totes me as the little food knowledge nerd.
This chemical is extracted from brown seaweed and used in molecular gastronomy for spherification.
Agar.
That's wrong.
No!
Yeah.
Sodium alginate.
That is correct. Sodium alginate.
I'm the guy at the board game night that everybody sees and goes, oh gosh, this is for reals.
You are now on the board.
Why can't I get on the board?
Finishing a dish by pouring alcohol all over it and setting it on fire is commonly known as this term.
Flambe.
Correct.
This potentially dangerous kitchen tool, it's used to create thin, uniform slices.
What is a mandolin?
That is correct.
So frustrating. Like, that's pretty fast, right?
This starchy, tuberous root is used regularly in Caribbean cuisine and is poisonous if eaten raw.
Taro root.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Andre.
The ackee?
I'm afraid not.
Cassava root.
That is correct.
How many times do I have to hit it?
Oh, I knew that one too.
Taya, test your buzzer, please. It's working.
I'll work on my reflexes.
Let's do a recap of the scores. Andrew, 35 points. Christopher and May are tied with 30. Andre, 15 points. Taya, you have 0. Jeremy and Marissa, you are tied with -5. And Andy has a whopping -10. But there's still plenty of questions. Don't give up hope.
Next question. This hand-operated hinged device works to flatten balls of masa dough in 2 rounds.
Pasta roller?
Wrong.
Tortilla press?
That is correct.
There we go.
A French method for baking food in a folded parchment paper pouch.
En papillote.
Correct.
Coriander, ginger, nigella. Fenugreek and chili peppers are among the spices commonly found in this Ethiopian blend. Oh.
Curry?
Incorrect.
I knew that.
The answer that we were looking for is berberé.
Did not know that.
Did not know.
idea.
This is the process of combining 2 liquids that have a natural tendency to separate.
An emulsion?
That is correct, Andy.
This type of sauce is made by caramelizing sugar and then deglazing the pan with vinegar.
Gastrique.
That is correct.
I'm coming. All right.
Andrew is still in the lead, barely, with 35 points. Hot on his heels is Christopher and May, both with 30 points each. Andy, 20 points. Andre, you have 15 points. Jeremy, you have 0. Taya and Marissa are tied with -5 points.
Honestly, this competition is fierce, and I need to knock it out of the park.
Next question. A cooking technique where meat is periodically coated with its own juices, fat, or other marinades to keep it moist.
Basting.
Well done, 10 points.
Here we go. Momentum is changing. I'm taking this.
A culinary word for roasted domestic pigeon. Marissa.
Squab?
That is correct. This Italian salad, it's made with onions, tomatoes, and pieces of soaked stale bread. Marissa.
Panzanella.
Correct.
In order to preserve their bright color, this technique cooks green vegetables in salted boiling water and then shocks them in ice water.
Oh, whoa.
Marissa, what's your answer?
Blanching.
Correct for 10 points.
Look at that, it's me again. I'm out of the hole, making my little comeback.
Next question. If you top a dish with breadcrumbs and cheese and brown it under the broiler, what two-word phrase can you attach to the name of your dish?
Al forno.
That is wrong, Marissa.
Au gratin.
Au gratin.
Yes, Christopher, that is right. A Filipino dish made by stewing meat or vegetables in vinegar, garlic, and soy sauce.
I finally get to the buzzer, and it's a Filipino food question. I will be disowned if I get this question wrong.
Adobo.
Well done, 10 points.
Yes.
Next question. This flaming Greek cheese dish is doused in ouzo before being set on fire. Andy.
Saganaki.
Andy, that is correct. Saganaki for 10 points. It's time to check on the scores. Andy, Christopher, you're in the lead with 40 points. Andrew, close behind with 35 points. May, 30 points. Marissa, 20 points. Andre, 15 points. Jeremy, 10. And Taya, -5 points. And now for the final round.
Oh, I'm going for the immunity hard. I'm super competitive. I don't like to lose. I want this.
I'm going for this win. Hopefully, I get up on that balcony because I haven't spent a single moment up there yet.
I was brought up on game shows, so I'm ready to win this.
Here's the next question.
Okay.
This handy gadget turns carrots and zucchini into long, thin vegetable noodles. Andrew.
Spiralizer.
That is correct.
Do not let my foot off the gas pedal. I'm not stopping.
Often called a Mexican husk tomato, this small green fruit is used to make moles and salsas.
Tomatillo?
That is correct.
Andrew, taking the lead. I don't know if we can catch this guy.
These pretty pointed pods add a licorice-like aroma to braised dishes.
Star anise?
Correct for 10 points.
This rich white mother sauce is made with a light meat or fish stock and thickened with a roux.
Velouté.
That is correct.
This tangy potato chip flavor originated in Canada. Marissa.
Ketchup.
That's right.
And now for the final question. Forget the grocery store. If you go on a walk in the woods and pick up some wild plants and herbs, what are you doing?
Foraging.
Christopher, foraging is correct for 10 points. And the winner at 65 points is Andrew.
Yay, Andrew.
Thank you.
Good job, buddy.
It was really good.
Congratulations, Andrew. You are the Kitchenary champion and have earned a ticket to the gallery.
I think I deserve to be up on that balcony, without a doubt. My grandmother would be proud.
To find out what you'll be cooking in your next challenge, direct your attention back to the giant screen.
Oh, all this stuff.
Okay. Interesting.
On the screen in front of you are some of the answers from today's skill testing questions. These words will be your inspiration for the dishes you'll be cooking tonight.
Each of you must choose 2 words from this assortment of techniques and ingredients. Both of your choices must feature prominently in the dish you create.
You choose your words based on the order you finish in Kitchenary.
Wow.
Christopher, you finished second. You may go ahead and choose your 2 words.
I look at the board and I really hone in on 2 words, 2 things that I've used before and I'm comfortable with. Siphon and pandan.
Next, Andy, choose your 2 words.
I will choose pomelo and mandolin.
Very unusual combination.
I love cooking with citrus. I've never tasted a pomelo, but I've read a lot about them. They're very similar to a grapefruit, so I'm excited to give this one a try.
We have a tie for 4th spot between May and Marissa. Andrew, you get to break the tie. Who goes first?
Marissa. My game plan is to outlast everyone. And May is a huge threat.
Marissa?
Tamarind and en papillote. Honestly, the taste of tamarind really just brings me back to my roots. It takes me to sitting on a beach in St. Lucia and just chowing on tamarind snacks with my brother, my cousins, my mom, my dad.
May, you're next.
Velouté and galangal.
Andre?
I will take cassava and flambe.
Jeremy, what do you choose?
Emulsify and spiralizer.
Taya,
Yeah.
is there anything on that board that inspires you?
The two things that I wanted are still there, so I'm pretty excited about that. The tortilla press and tomatillo.
You got lucky.
I did get lucky.
Well, you all have your words now, and you have 1 hour to complete your dish. In the IKEA Sustainable Pantry, you'll find every ingredient that you've chosen, as well as a wide array of other exciting options to build your dish.
At the end of the challenge, your dish will be judged not only by the overall quality of its taste and presentation, but on how well it embodies the 2 words you chose.
And the cook with the weakest dish will be leaving this kitchen for the very last time. Are you ready?
Yes, Chef!
Your 60 minutes starts now!
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Anybody see asparagus?
Masa. Where's my pandan leaves?
Do you want to shrimp?
Where's my tamarind? I'm making tuna en papillote with tamarind coconut curry. Tamarind is like an intense sour fruit. It's kind of a treat where I come from. I've been in the bottom twice already. I want to show the judges why they brought me back to win.
Hustle, hustle.
I think this is one of our most fascinating and interesting challenges.
2 words. I think you have to feature both of them in a unique way that they both popped out of the dish.
I got tomatillos and tortilla press. A tomatilla is like a tomato, but it's more sour. I am going to be making a deconstructed tostada, so it's almost like a tostada flipped upside down. I just love these Mexican flavors. I grew up with them. My family always ate Latin American food. Using my tortilla press to make tortillas. Then I add my halibut and my tomatillos I'm roasting down so I can make a beautiful green sauce. All the flavors are there.
I chose galangal and velouté as my main inspirations. I'm going to be making a seafood and galangal bun bao. And bun bao is a steamed Vietnamese rice cake. Galangal is often compared to ginger, but it doesn't have that much flavor. I'm using galangal in my seafood stock, my fish and shrimp marinade, and in my bun bao. When I cook Vietnamese food, I'm thinking about my mom, because she's the one that cooked us all of our Vietnamese home dishes growing up. I'm not going home tonight.
I am making dessert, which is way outside my comfort zone.
So I chose the pomelo and the mandolin.
I feel good about the pomelo. It's kind of like grapefruit, a little bit like an orange.
The pomelo is going to be the base flavor for everything, and the mandolin is going to be used for a lot of the garnishing. I'm doing a pomelo pop, so pomelo curd, going to do a coconut crumb on top. We are going fast and hard on this one, but we are baking.
You know, I can't believe it. Andy is going for dessert one more time. I personally think there's a little bit of a feud between he and Christopher.
If it's going to be the battle of dessert, Christopher is going to give Andy a run for his money.
I chose pandan and siphon. I took pandan because it's a childhood comfort flavor of mine. Pandan is a really subtle flavor. It's a little bit grassy, a little bit herbal, but it's got this very rich, creamy, robust flavor. Today, I'm doing a bit of a tropical dessert. It's gonna be a plated dessert. I'm making a pandan forest with pandan espuma. Espuma is a foamed, warm component. And I'm also gonna be doing a pandan micro sponge with the siphon. When Andrew won with a dessert last week, I really wanted to bring my dessert game this week. It is something a little bit different, and I hope the judges will be impressed.
one's looking good.
Jeremy,
Hi, Chef.
how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm getting most of my prep done. I got emulsification and spiralizer. I'm making seared cod. I've been wanting to work with the spiralizer so I could pull off this technique for you guys.
Yeah.
So essentially, I'm forming a potato tube.
Yes.
Out of spiralized potato.
Yes. And then what else did
My
you
other
make?
one is emulsify.
Emulsification is combining two ingredients that
Yes, chef.
naturally don't come together, like water and oil.
I'm gonna do a calamansi beurre blanc.
You gotta be very careful because often when you do a beurre blanc, if it separates,
Yeah.
man, you are done.
It won't split. Thank you, Chef.
It shows cassava and flambe. And I'm making a cassava Alaska. Cassava is a root vegetable, and it's like a potato. I'm using cassava as a cake element and a crumble element. Flambe is going to be the Alaska effect, where you're just pouring the hot liquid rum and lighting it on fire.
Hi there, Andre.
Hi, Chef.
Tell me, how are you going to incorporate cassava into your final dish?
I'm doing a cassava cake for my Alaska.
You're turning it into a cake.
Yes, I used grated cassava, and I combine it with condensed milk, eggs, and sugar.
That's ingenious, I must say.
Thank you, Chef. Taking a huge risk. This is my first time baking in this kitchen, so hopefully it works out.
I love the fact that you are going for broke.
This is a lot of components, and I just got to make sure it's right.
Good luck with it.
Jeremy's trying a technique on his fried potato. He's trying to create a spring. He's using aluminum foil, and I can tell you that spells disaster right there.
I pull my potato spiral out of the fryer, and the whole thing is just breaking into pieces. It is sticking to this foil. It will not come loose no matter what I try.
Man.
I don't know how to solve this problem. My potato spiral, it is sticking to this foil. It will not come loose no matter what I try. I need to pivot and go to plan B. So I get some more spiralized potato, and I fry that one, and I watch it like a hawk. I have a lot of things to do, and I wasted way too much time on this potato.
20 minutes, only 20 minutes to go.
Marissa,
Yes, Chef Claudio.
what were your two words again?
En papillote and tamarind.
En papillote is a French method of making things in parchment. It's a beautiful little package. This beautiful aroma emerges from that little surprise within that parchment paper.
Correct. I'm using the French technique to infuse those aromatics. I've got a lot of ginger, garlic, shallot, green onion in there. The pièce de résistance will be this beautiful red tuna, which I will glaze with a tamarind glaze and some butter.
I think you're going in the right direction. Keep it up.
Thank you, Chef. A lot is writing on this little package. I hope it works.
The velouté is the most important component of my dish because the flavor definitely has to show through. A velouté is fish stock that is thickened with a blonde roux, which is just flour and butter cooked down. And I'm just worried about getting the proper consistency right. If I mess up the sauce, that may send me home.
Ooh, I taste that galangal.
10 minutes, only 10 minutes left.
Okay, what do I need to do now?
It's hot in this kitchen. I am sweating. I'm calling my dish Into the Ravine because when I was a kid, we had a ravine behind my parents' house. And I would always go down there and walk around in the woodsy areas, you know, play with sticks and branches. And it was just a big part of my childhood growing up. I've got 10 things to put on this plate. And if I mess up even one of them, I have to start all over. I'm making caramelized milk logs. So it looks like there's branches and dead fallen trees around. And then mushrooms, I'm gonna start with the espuma on the bottom. I just need to block everything else out and just focus on what's in front of me.
What do I need to do now?
I take my en papillote out of the oven. What's in this pocket has to be perfectly cooked. It's ready to go. I hope, fingers are crossed. I'm gonna cut into it and see what I've got.
Look what she's doing right now. She's cutting into the parchment paper.
In previous challenges, the judges' feedback that they've given me was that they wanted to see a nice composed dish. I know I'm breaking with tradition, but I just want to give them a nice plate.
I can tell you I'm crying right now because I see all that aroma, that flavor leaking out of that bag. It's like opening Christmas present. I want it open in front of me. Marissa has ruined my Christmas.
Andre has not been known for his desserts. He's bitten off maybe a little more than he can chew, and he is sweating bullets back there.
If this pulls off, it would be a magnificent dish. Baked Alaska, I love baked Alaska.
I grabbed my ganache for my Alaska, and I realized it's still not as hard as I want it to be.
Oh, my ganache is not setting.
It's a mess. So I have to just improvise and scoop it out with a spoon and just make sure that it looks clean.
You got 5 minutes to let your words speak to us on a plate.
Oh.
I'm working on my beurre blanc, and then I realize it's split.
Look. Jeremy has to redo his sauce. I warned him that sauce would split.
Last time. So I start again. I don't think I'm gonna have time. There's only 1 minute and 15 seconds left.
He's gonna have to fix that pretty quick.
1 minute!
If I don't get this beurre blanc on the plate, I'm missing emulsification, one of my 2 words.
Jeremy's cutting it very, very close.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Holy crap.
I'm looking at my plate, and I'm such a perfectionist that I hate it. It looks like I don't have much sauce on this plate. I'm really, really worried about that.
Andy, please bring up your dish.
I chose pomelo and mandolin. Call it a pomelo pop. You've got pomelo caviar, fresh pomelo. In the meringue, I also incorporated some of the pomelo zest, and then the citrus of the actual curd should pop with a lot of flavor. Exactly.
I love the little presentation you've done. It's very elegant, it's colorful, it's intriguing. So let's give this a good taste. That's really tasty.
Thank you, Chef.
The creaminess of that curd is really, really delightful.
Thank you so much, Chef.
I almost wonder whether this dish misses one element, like a cookie, a wafer, something that's got a crunchy thing to it. But a great Andy original as far as I'm concerned, and I love the use of your pomelo.
Thank you, Chef.
Well done. Jeremy, please bring up your dish for tasting.
I chose Emulsify and Spiralizer. It's a pan-seared cod with potato 2 ways and a calamansi beurre blanc.
Jeremy, look at the sauce. I'm not seeing the emulsification here. Are you seeing it?
It was underneath the fish, and the green onion oil is just mixed into it now.
Fish, perfectly cooked. Sauce, it's there. The calamansi, the beurre blanc, but I really wish there was more of it. You know, you're supposed to show it.
I tried my best, Chef.
You spend a lot of time doing things to make it more fancy, which is not relevant. The spiral is there, but is it talking to me? No, it's not. I'm being tough on you. But that's because you're so good. Expect more from yourself.
Understood.
Andre, please bring your dish to the front.
I have a little bit of fear in the back of my mind that the ganache is not set.
This is a cassava Alaska. So it has cassava cake, a cassava crumble with almonds, white chocolate ganache, and peach mango filling, topped with a ube Swiss meringue.
So you chose cassava and flambe.
Yes, chef.
Nice, clean presentation. A lovely little toasting of that meringue. Look at that, beautiful. The next moment is cutting into this Alaska. What I'm hoping to see is the sponge, your fruit, your peaches and mango, the white chocolate ganache. Andre, is that what I'm going to see?
Yes, chef.
I'm going to hold you to that. Look at that. Beautiful. And it's still holding up. That's amazing. The ultimate test is in the taste. It is so good. That cassava cake with the crumb, it is textural, it is crumbly. It adds a real nutty base and a great foundation to the Alaska. The meringue is so decadent and creamy and light. And then that wonderful little pop of freshness from that fruit. Really gorgeous. If I had one tip, I would like to see a little bit more fruit packed in there. This is a great example of how far you have come in this competition. Nicely done.
Thank you.
I'm extremely proud that I did that today. Like, what the heck? Andre did a dessert. It's crazy.
Christopher, please bring up your dish.
I'm nervous because my dessert is high concept, and if it doesn't translate over to the judges, then I just have a mess on a plate. My words were siphon and pandan. I would call this dish Into the Ravine. I used the siphon two ways. I've done a pandan coconut espuma on the bottom and also used it to make a steamed micro sponge on top. There's meringue mushrooms for some crisp, a pistachio crumb, some caramelized milk logs, and then just some red currants and yellow currants for some acidity.
Wow. I must say I am lost for words. It's so pretty that I don't want to eat it. There's moss, there's mushrooms, there's soil. This is so beautiful, but does it taste as good as it looks? I love the soil. The pandan is definitely there, and you had to put it in strong. It is very light and delicate, and you handle it well. All the flavors, they come together. The crispiness, a bit of saltiness from the soil even, it goes very well with the pandan. This dish, to me, I'm lost for words, as I said. And that doesn't happen to the Demon Chef. I'm emotional. That says it all.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you.
Good job.
I think that today is gonna be finally my day to win.
Taya, please bring your dish to the podium.
I chose the tortilla press and the tomatillos, and my dish is a toma tostada inversion.
Well, I have to tell you, you really captured the essence of modern Mexican cuisine so beautifully. I'm curious to see what it tastes like, though.
Fingers crossed.
This is really sensational. The tostada is so beautiful, very crispy, very light. Halibut ceviche, lots of zing. Only fault, there's not enough of it. Citrus, salt, really well executed.
Thank you.
Marissa, please bring up your dish for tasting.
As I walk up, the only element on my plate that I'm worried about is that choice to not present it in the parchment paper. I chose tamarind and en papillote. And this is tuna en papillote with a tamarind coconut curry.
Have you had a dish before in the restaurant?
Yes, I have, chef.
And how do they serve it?
Usually it's brought out tableside and the server opens the parchment paper for you. My focus was to use the technique properly, to properly steam my fish and my vegetables. I'm not here for trickery or any bells and whistles.
The show is not just a show. It's to keep the aroma. And it's all like Christmas. I always like to see that parchment paper cut open and steam and the bouquet coming out. And I'm missing that. And I hope the taste prove me different.
Let's see.
The sauce, you got the tamarind. I like it. You got the fruitiness, you got the acidity, not too sour, not too sweet. But on a fish of this size, on tuna, this thickness, the sauce is not giving it enough coverage.
Okay.
Overall, it's a good dish. I don't know if that's good enough for this competition. Please go back to station.
Cheers.
May, you're up.
I chose galangal and velouté. I made a seafood and galangal banbeo.
So I gotta waste no time and pick up on all these flavors, hopefully. You know how to cook shrimp. It's been cooked with a great deal of care, passion, and intelligence, smarts. Boy, oh boy, the umami level in your velouté is amazing. And the shrimp are so beautiful and sweet. And the galangal, it just sings. It's a great dish. Well done.
That velouté is incredible. I love it. The fish sauce, the way it shines through. The galangal, it's just there in the background. Great flavor, beautiful looking dish. I'm not sure I would change much about it, to be honest with you. Really, really sensational. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chef.
I'm feeling so happy. The judges liked what I did. I was able to pull off that dish, and my mom's gonna be super proud of me.
Really, really impressive dishes.
Great use of those words, bringing it to life on a plate.
There was a couple of disappointments.
I don't want to go home. I have more to show.
No doubt our expectations are higher, and they should be.
Just the fact that my emulsification was lacking, I'm just really, really worried.
It's obvious that this is the season when everyone is back to win.
Absolutely.
I think we know where we're going.
Yeah, it's pretty clear to me.
Okay, let's do it.
We made a decision. We've discussed your dishes, and one thing is crystal clear. This competition is a heavyweight battle like nothing we've ever seen in this kitchen.
Please come to the front, Christopher and May.
Christopher.
Yes, chef.
You came into this season with a reputation for your sweets. Then last week, you had to watch Andrew beat you at your own game. Well, let me tell you, your dessert tonight threw down the gauntlet.
And May, we were so impressed by the way that you have tapped into your roots this season. And tonight, that resulted in your best dish ever.
Thank you very much.
The depth of flavor that you managed to achieve in just an hour is nothing short of amazing.
So, how do we pick between them? How? I tell ya, we do not. We're calling it a dead heat for the best of the night. You both deserve to join Andrew in the gallery.
Good job.
That's me. It feels pretty awesome, honestly.
This win means that I belong here and I am a contender for that title.
Now, the tough part. Please come to the front. Marissa.
I'm sorry, Marissa. Your dish was the weakest of the night. You said you didn't want to serve anything with any trickery. And we thought we should pay you the same respect by calling you up here on your own to tell you that it's sadly time for us to say goodbye.
Marissa, this season, you've been knocked down a few times. But did that stop you? Not for a second. Each time you picked yourself up and got something delicious on a plate. It's been a delight having you back here.
It's been hard. These guys, those guys, they're incredible. And it's been an honor and a privilege to cook alongside them. I'll never forget it.
Marissa, before you go, tell us which one of these cooks is Canada's next MasterChef?
I think the player to beat here is Andrew. He is a force to be reckoned with. He's got something special, and I think he's the one to beat.
Thank you.
Now, please leave your apron at your station.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. You guys.
You're amazing, Marissa.
Coming on this show one time was a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely delicious.
Coming on a second time, just making it here. Just making it back, getting called back. To win? Who'd have thunk it? I've treated every day like a new day, and every day like a new opportunity. An opportunity to learn, an opportunity to grow.
Well, it tastes a lot better than it looks.
And top 8 is not too shabby.
Flavors are very good.
I can't say that I have any regrets. All right, let's go, let's go. Queer female cooks of color. How many of these have you seen on TV? Not too many.
Great challenge.
Good job, guys. I'm happy and so proud to have represented all of my communities so very well.
Next time on MasterChef Canada, back to win.
Shaking.
With only 7 cooks left, the competition is getting fiercer.
I am trying to make sure that I don't burn everything.
The challenges are getting tougher.
Stop! Stop the cook!
This is insane.
And the ingredients are getting stranger.
What on earth am I gonna do with this?